What up, y'all? Appreciate you showing up, hanging out, listening to my dumb ass. Like and subscribe. So, I know usually I enjoy, talking shite, smacking them donkey unicorns down, those ponies down across the internet and stuff. That's fun to do, but I do want to talk about games. This is why we're here, right? To play games, to have fun with games. And I talked about the mods in Starfield, the Star Wars, the Millennium Falcon, and that got me a little hyped, a little excited about Starfield and the possibilities. Just in the mods alone that they have released, it's like, whoa. We'll see how Shattered Space works out. Plus, once again, the mod community is crazy. They can make their home. I mean, there have been games based off of, I think, the Skyrim engine, or the game Skyrim, that have been totally redone. Everything's redone, and it's a brand new game. They've actually released those games on, I think, Xbox One or whatever it was, and it was a pretty good game. So I wanted to talk about the first Descendant. I played. I played the first area. I'm in the first area. I haven't completed the first area. I think I did like 2 sessions in there, and I hear people saying, oh, it's like Destiny, but whatever, blah, 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 right? And I played Destiny for like 2 seconds. I was like, okay, I played the demo when it first came out. This is the first for Destiny 1. Did I play Destiny 2? I might have played Destiny 2 once. And I said, this is just the same thing, but different location. Anyway, I was like, okay, sure, whatever. But what it reminded me of was Warframe. I played a lot of Warframe. Not a lot. More than Destiny and more than the first Descendant as of yet. But I'll probably play more of the first Descendant. Not because, it's easier to digest. I don't know. It's just one of those looter shooter games, whatever. I like the female character design. Let's be real. The dude is all right. And then the other dude that's just all armor. Okay, but I picked the girl. I was like, I want to look at something pretty. Third person, let's go. And when you give me the third person option, I'm going to pick a female. Because I like to see stuff, do the stuff. That's just me. I'm not going to go on a boycott if you don't allow it. But I'm just saying, if the option is there, I'm going to look. If it's pretty, I'm going to look. If your car is shiny, I'll probably look. I think that's a human thing, right? Is it the lizard brain? I don't know what brain that is, but when we see something that looks good, we like to look at it. That's just a human thing. But anyway, so I'm playing The Last Descendant. I'm level, 8, 9. I don't even remember what level I am. I think I got a color, a shader, if you will. I haven't bought anything. I've a staunch, not affliction, but I am definitely against buying stuff in these type of games if I don't play it that much. If I'm playing it every day and I'm like blah blah blah, then yeah, I'll put it in $10, 10 for whatever. I'll put it in $20, whatever. But if I'm not playing it casually and I'm not really into it, blah blah, it's not, that's not. I'm not gonna do that. But I will say the shooting is pretty good. The different combat. I still have to get used to the freeze. She has freeze powers. So I'm throwing shards, and then I'm like, I do the blizzard thing, and then it's like, okay, first you gotta activate it, and then you gotta aim it with the thing, and then place it, and then I'm like, it's area of effect, and I'm like, I haven't really used those things effectively, so I'm usually just running and gunning, not even doing any superpower stuff, just maybe a shard here or there, or the one where like she runs around and it creates a path, and then they get frozen, whatever. It's a lot of stun stuff, and if she had. What I would like is if those type of specials were interchangeable, so you could just have whatever character you want. But then, I'm sure there are different, obviously, females. They have Bunny. Hello, I think that's the main draw of this game. Not for me, but generally speaking, for the horny dudes out there who are like really really into some furry stuff. Bunny is the one. Bunny's like, oh my gosh, I like Bunny. But it's basically the same female model, but just with a different head on it, basically. And it's interesting how she's like a robot bunny. She's a female human, Noid, whatever. But she just has like a bunny outfit, ears on, whatever. And I forgot what her whatchamacallit is. Her specials. I mean, one thing I would say, which I don't, other games have figured this out, but this game didn't. This game is not a native English game. The game, it wasn't made by a natively English team, and the original animation for the faces and the cutscenes are not in English. They overdubbed them, and you can tell. And so I know there's a technology that you change the language and it'll do the audio and it'll do I mean, obviously it's not as good as actual performance capture, but at the same time, this game doesn't really require that in-depth facial performance capture, I don't think. And so I think they could have gotten away with just having like a AI automated vocal mouth shaper, whatever they call it. I mean, they've done it in other games, so they don't. I think Starfield uses that tech where it's not all, obviously it's not all performance capture because there's billions of dialogue lines. Okay, maybe not billions, but there's a lot. And so, it does what it does. It's just like Mass Effect did the same thing. So, yeah, I mean, that's one thing I can give it like a negative, but not really. It's not a big deal. And past like the first intro, there aren't too many cutscenes. So, well, at least that I have seen. But I guess I need to play it more. Maybe when I get into a different area, that I'll get another cutscene. I don't know. But there are plenty of areas that I have not unlocked. I need to go back and play some more. Just grind it up, get my level up, try to get some more equipment, some more guns, all that good stuff. I'm trying to get into it to see, what I could do just like without having to put any money into it. See if I can get some cosmetics. Maybe they'll throw me a bone here and there. We'll see. I'm interested to see how that works. I know that a lot of the purchase stuff is just cosmetic. So it's like, if you want bunny or if you want different colors or you want different outfits, they got plenty of different outfits. I went on the store and I was like, oh, okay, look at this. And you just got to buy this stuff. So I was like, all right, well, whatever. I mean, maybe I'll do it. I'm not worried about it right now. But it's definitely a cool game. One, in that because it is a free-to-play game. So you don't have to be like, oh, I got to pay $40. Like if it was up to Sony. If Sony was publishing it, they would charge you $40. Let's be real. They are charging money for games that should be free to play because they don't understand. They want their cake and eat it too. And two, they don't understand the market, obviously, because they tried to make 12 free games of service. I'm like, are you serious? 12 games of service games. And then your star game, The Last of Us Factions, that was supposed to be the best one. Quality-wise, it probably was. And they were so far off the mark that the disappointing and possibly failing Bungie shut it down. Look, I don't think anybody realizes how dire and messed up that situation is when you have a loser developer, Bungie, who is losing the battle of independence. Let's just say because of their contract. They're losing it because they're not making it as much money as they should be because based off of numbers that they made up, blah, blah, blah. Their advice is what shut down. How bad was Factions that Bungie, a failing at their job company, said, nah, that's not good. When you got the loser saying, yo, that's whack. Now, I'm not saying Bungie's losers. They make great stuff. They're good. They're a good company. They're a good dev team, yes. But their circumstances dictate that they're not winning right now and that Sony's going to take over. And once that happens, Bungie's done. I mean, Bungie's kind of already done right now, and I am going to say it is inevitable that Sony will take over Bungie, period. And so the problem with that is Sony doesn't know what they're doing when it comes to live service games. They thought Bungie did. Maybe they were wrong. Reason why Jim Ryan's not there anymore? Because Sony looked at the books and looked at Jim Ryan and looked at Bungie, looked at the acquisition, looked at what Bungie's not doing, and looked at the market, looked at all the things that you look at. And they said, okay, first of all, why did you buy this? Second of all, why did you pay so much? Third of all, you're fired. Get out. That's what happened. Basically, I mean, I'm just, I'm sure I'm condensing the series of events, but basically that's what happened. And, you just have to be kind of a moron to think that, oh, that's not what happened. He was just sad and homesick. Like, no, that's not how it happens. That's not how it happens. If you're as successful as CFO at a company, you just don't quit because you're homesick. No, when you're raking in all the dough and admiration, everybody loves you, you just don't leave because you're homesick. You move your family out. You be like, yo, let's go. You're gonna live over here. Let's go. For a little bit. Let's go. I'm making too much money, having too much fun. I'm doing all the good. Let's go. You're moving to where I work. Talking about, anyway, sorry, tangent. But the first Descendant is an example of a free-to-play game that could probably have longer legs than, let's just say, the Helldivers 2. Mainly because it's on almost everything, and it's free to play. And that's the thing that Sony doesn't get. Sony doesn't understand the concept of free to play because they're always trying to nickel dime everybody. I know I just said that, but still, you have to you have to look at the context. You have to look at what Sony's doing, what they're trying to do, and what the market dictates the norm is. And the successful norm, if your game is good, you like, oh, well, we're gonna try. Like, if Helldivers 2 came out when the first Overwatch came out, sure, because they charged for that, right? But not now. No. You look at the first Descendants. I will bet you there are more people playing that than there are Helldivers 2. I mean, granted, it's a newer game, yes, but the fact that the fact that it's free to play automatically gives it a larger player base. If I had to pay for the first Descendant, if I had to pay for that game, I would not be playing it because I would not have bought that game because I was like, it's a free to play. This is looter shooter. I don't buy games like that. But if it's there, it's on Game Pass, whatever, I'll try it. It's there. Let's go. It might be good. I could look at the female running a little bit. That's cool. All right, thanks. I get a little bit of value out of it, a little bit of enjoyment out of it. It's all entertainment anyway, right? And I pay for Game Pass, and I'm all part of the ecosystem. So, I'm gonna reap the benefits that are presented to me. But Sony's not understanding. They're not getting the memo. They didn't study. They are not looking at the industry. I mean, they are. They would be the dumbest company if they weren't. But they're looking at the industry and saying, no, we're going to charge. And is that the hubris still lingering from the PS4 generation? Is it like, oh, we're Sony, so we could charge it and these fools are going to buy it? I mean, some fools will buy it. But when you look at the numbers, a lot of fools are not buying it. They're not buying their games because a lot of the fools that they think they got in their pocket, they don't, because those are casuals and they are not a casual box. Inherently, they're not a casual box. They are the first party sad dad behind the back simulator box. And while some of that is crossover, like, I mean, Spider-Man, obviously that's the most crossover game, but it's not enough, and they're not getting it, and they don't understand it, and they don't understand that those are long-term, long money games, and a lot of they've been trained. They train their audience for a certain game, and they've trained themselves to make a certain game and expect a certain outcome. They need to change their mindset. A little bit of a tangent, or another topic I wanted to talk about was the leaving of the writer. There was the writer of Wolverine to go and work at CD Projekt Red. Now, I saw that and I was like, okay. I mean, it happened. The game is written. They're just trying to fill it. It's probably feature complete. Now they need to make it complete with all the levels and stuff, shine it up, make it good. But then I saw that I think it was the combat designer or the animation something. One of the artists left. Was it the lead artist? The lead concept artist? Some artists also left Insomniac to go to CD Projekt Red. Now, if a game is done, right? But when you have key people, writers and artists leaving your studio to go to another studio, what does that tell you? What is that? Doom and gloom? Let's go. It's doom and gloom time. One of 1,000 things. But let's just keep it to 2 because my brain doesn't work that fast. 1, the game is done. They don't need an artist anymore. But that doesn't work for the actual, well, maybe the concept artist. If he was a concept artist, they don't need any more concepts because everything's finalized. They're just filling in the blanks, right? So, okay, sure, you can make that argument. But when a game is done, Wolverine, whatever, Spider-Man, these people don't quit and go to another studio. They go on the next project that's going to be the next game. You a writer, okay, you finished Wolverine, okay, start writing whatever, Spider-Man 3, start writing, I don't know, Daredevil, whatever game that they're going to, it's going to be a Marvel game, obviously, because Sony just loves giving Marvel money. Sony loves getting bent over by Marvel. So let's go. Oh, man. Sony's making... Dude. When I found out how much money Marvel is getting out of those deals, I said, yo, Sony is not making any money off of those games. Not even the console, the Spider-Man console, they're not making... They got to give away 50% of their profits to Marvel. I'm like, ouch. That's a lot of money. Anyway, I know I said this stuff before. But like I said, if your game is done, you don't quit the studio to go to work at another studio. You work on the next thing. And that's where I'm seeing all these people on Twitter. I'm like, oh, the game is probably done. And that's why I did. No. The game is done. You don't quit your job to go work for somebody. That means... what does that mean? The contract was up? Or Insomniac fired this person? Or more than likely, these persons quit and went to another studio, meaning they quit. They said, I don't like this no more. I'm tired of working on Spider-Man and Marvel crap. Marvel this, Marvel that. This is whack. I'm done, son. I'm going to go work on The Witcher. I think they're doing a new IP over at CD Projekt Red. I'm working on Cyberpunk 2079. So, yeah, there's no explanation. There's no way of saying, oh, because who said that? Was that Tom Warren or the other dude? Not Tom Warren. What was the other dude's name? I forgot his name. But he's one of the reporters. He's like, oh, and maybe the game was done and you didn't need the writer no more because, yeah, well, okay. So the last article you wrote, are you not working at the Wall Street Journal no more or wherever news? I forgot what the hell where these fools work. Are you not working there no more? You gonna quit and go work in Kotaku, Australia? Rip. That's what I'm saying. And so I was gonna say something in Twitter, but I was like, I don't. Every time I have the inclination to try to say something to somebody on Twitter, I take a beat, I go into the comments, I start looking, and I see people have kind of the same sentiment that I was gonna say. So I was like, you know what? I don't need to waste my time. I'm done. I'm good. I don't need to. But yeah, it doesn't make too much sense to me in that respect. So, all these duck unicorns and ponies trying to damage controlling on all that stuff about that. There's no damage controlling. They quit, went to another studio, arguably a better studio who makes higher quality, better games. The Witcher and Cyberpunk, better than Spider-Man. If you're not a Spider-Man fan and you take it as what the game is, yes, The Witcher 3 and Cyberpunk 2077 are better than Spider-Man, better than Wolverine. I don't think Wolverine's going to be that good of a game. I don't think it's going to perform as good as Spider-Man, to be honest. They're going to have to put in a bunch of X-Men in there, to save it, because Wolverine by himself, no one cares. No one, and especially the traversal, no one. I saw the first leak where he was Logan, blah, 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 and then I saw the second leak where he had the Wolverine, he had the brown and yellow, and I was like, that doesn't look like fun. That's not you. I mean, you look at Spider-Man zip zapping through the city, right? I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. Twip, and he's like, beep, boop, 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 flipping, twip, twip, right? I'm like, oh, all right. And then you look at Wolverine, and he's like, he's lunging this way, lunging. I was like, that. You know what it reminded me of? Not like how it looked, kind of a little bit, but how it felt. And people are going to get mad at me, but I'm saying it. Reminded me of Too Human. Not saying it's going to be that bad, because Too Human was like, ugh. But it reminded me of, like, it felt stiff. It felt unnatural. It didn't have the kinetic kind of flavor and juice that Spider-Man has. Of course, it wasn't finished, obviously, with all the bells and whistles. But still, nah, I can't. No. But anyway, I appreciate y'all hanging out, showing them like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments below what you think about the first Descendants, if you've played it. What level are you? And is it comparable to Destiny? Because, like I said, I haven't played too much of Destiny. For me, it feels more like Warframe, only because I played more of that. But, you know, I know they're different. Warframe has a weird aesthetic. And yeah, Wolverine, whatever. I'm hyped about the movie. I got my tickets for the 4DX. I'm watching the Wolverine. I watched Deadpool and Wolverine and 4DX. I'm like, like that. It's gonna be good. Yeah, that's gonna be dope. So that opening weekend, I don't know if I want to do a spoiler show on that. I might, but maybe I'll wait a little bit, you know, for, you know, other people to put their spoiler stuff out. Because I'm not, like I said, when I do videos, I'm not here, oh, I want to get the scoop. I want to be the first one to put out a video about Deadpool. I don't care about that. If that was the case, I would have seen it opening night, which I'm not. And I would not have seen it in 4DX. Maybe I'll tell you the experience of the 4DX, but, you know, whatever. It's all good. But anyway, once again, I appreciate, and I'll talk to you on the next one. Take away time.